welcome back to another Ceramic Hour live stream. We are just going to keep working on these little cat trinket dishes. I don't even know what the heck I did yesterday. Oh, I was like sanding a bunch of pieces to get them ready for the shop. Okay, let's see. We've made a lot of progress on most of them. But let's kind of like work on this one. All right. Got my little, oh, why is there paper in here? My little trimming bucket. Got that ready. Let's take a look. Okay, so I didn't do the sides yet. Just going to like cut the sides a little bit at an angle. I just feel like it's kind of nice, like a nice touch for these versus just having the side just like that right angle. So before I forget, we're gonna have a stream tomorrow, but then I'm kind of like going on vacation on Friday. So so Friday and then the week after also. But since I'm actually gonna be like offline for a few days, I can actually go just set it to vacation mode. I don't like doing that if it's just like a one-off day, you know? So Friday and next week, we're gonna cancel the stream because my mom will be here visiting. And we're gonna be going all over the place. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but I don't know, we're gonna be going out and I don't know, seeing things. I don't know yet. Yeah. Oh, I've got another update. So I just heard back earlier today that so my application, the first part of the application for our local market, like a little craft market, that is going to be, so I got approved. I got approved for that. It's like 2 parts though. So you have to like pass the initial review. You have to like send them a bunch of like photos of your work and like in progress, like photos or videos. Like you have to show your whole process in like you making it. Just kind of like ensure that everything at the market is handmade. It was really like intimidating. I've never done this market before because they actually like limit you for your first application to 3 product lines. So I don't think I would have been able to, like, I'm not really sure if I would have been able to do the market earlier when I did used to sell a variety of items, because I'd only be able to bring like 3 lines. And like I used to sell like a bunch of different things, and that kind of like, you know, they all kind of like add up together to create the whole like booth. And I definitely didn't think, like, I wasn't sure about inventory, if I would have enough with only 3 types of items. but then also if it would make any sense at all. I mean, I don't know if my booth ever made sense. I feel like it made more sense. Like when I used to do like some farmers markets, because that was the only thing that we had when I lived in Nebraska. You'd have like farmers, but you'd also have like artists there too. The artists didn't have their own market, but here there are enough people to separate them. And like I feel like I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was still confusing, but I felt like having the variety of items like all together, laid out, like I feel like it made more sense. Like it made sense, kind of like if you went into maybe like a local like small business that like sells locally made art, you know, like I feel like there's maybe like a certain vibe that all of the art gives off. And like they're all like kind of like slightly different, like maybe like niches and stuff, but like as a whole, like the shop it just makes sense as a whole when you look at it, and you take a step back. That's kind of like what I always was aiming for when I sold a variety of things. I don't know why. I'm kind of slow to the whole like business like aspects of all this, of like doing art, and it took me a while to realize that like generally the people that did make it, like people that can sell their art full time and they would make a variety of items, like it took me kind of a while to like realize that usually when people did that, they're tying it together with like their illustration style. So like I don't know, like this little like character, like a little cat or something, cat character that they have like would come up on like prints or keychains or pins and like different things. And that's what tied it together. But what I tied my work together was really just kind of like aesthetic. So like mostly just kind of going off of like colors, style, not anything super specific. And I don't know. I just kind of like started to notice that like nobody sold things the same as me. Like, you know, nothing is like really visually tying everything together. It was more like it kind of did look like maybe like different people made this stuff. And because my business has like, I've been doing my business, like I started it in 2016. Technically, like that's when I started my Etsy. And I was really like mostly selling like stickers to like my friends and like people in like my college classes and stuff. I'd just be like in class like hustling like like, hey, I got the stickers, you know, like just like pull them out of my pocket. Like people like buy them for me in class. No, it's not really that dramatic. But like that's really, it was very you know, casual. Like I made this design. I was like showing it to my like coworkers, and you know, these people were my classes too, and you know, they kind of like encouraged me, like, I want to buy those, you know, like you should make them available. And then like and then I was just kind of like selling them in class, and then like more people were like hearing about them and like buying them from me. I also like, I don't know, like typical like art student or something, like as like I like the idea of like, oh, like what would you call it, like guerrilla marketing. And I would like I had like quick cheap prints that I made like myself, just like on my home printer, you know, not like anything like professional. And I would like print off like a bunch of stickers, and like I particularly, what was really popular was my shark. I have this like shark jumping out of the water, and he says like different phrases. He says like hello, or like he's kind of like talking to you. But they're like just short phrases like bro, or he's like dude, or like I don't know. He also has this one, he's like jumping out of the water, and he's like, yes, hello, it's me. Like, I am back. Hello. Like this like bored shark that's like bothering like sailors or something. That was kind of like the idea. And so like that was like the main one that I was like putting out there, and I would like go around campus and like drop them around like study areas and stuff. Like I think I put my name on the back too. So like, I mean, you're gonna throw out the like, you know, the backing paper, so I like put my business name on the back of it or whatever. And like I don't know, something like that. And I just like dropped them off around like school. I don't think that really went anywhere, but I like the idea of it. I don't know. I don't think I'm like so good at like marketing, but I also, side note, I don't know, I'm just really proud of it. I'm just really proud of it. I also, so like what I did during school was, so I'm a graphic designer, and I worked in marketing for like our different dining locations. We had like restaurants, cafes, different places to eat and whatever. In our like cafeteria, we would have these table tents, and they'd have like information or whatever, I don't know, whatever things that we wanted people to like read. Like, oh, our dietitian is having a talk about whatever, come check it out on this day at this place, like, I don't know, whatever. We had all these kinds of things, and this one, I don't know, I'm really proud of this idea, and I really have not, like, I am not a social media person, and I'm not that great at marketing, so I'm really proud of this, and it's just a side note. We had just gotten Snapchat. This is like years ago, so like Snapchat was pretty new. It was kind of like at this point where it was pretty new for like brands and like companies to adopt it. Like not a lot had it on there. It was mostly just like, oh, isn't that like what high schoolers use or something to like snap pictures to each other? But we got a Snapchat so that we could like show people what we had to eat at the cafeteria, because the food would change every day. So we would go up there every like just before lunch and like snap out what was for lunch at like the different cafeterias. And people could decide before walking all the way over there if they like which cafeteria they wanted to eat at, and whatever. And I don't know, I just had this like idea to like, what was it? Snapchat has like, I don't think it was exactly a QR code. I think it was like, it was just like that. I don't know if what they still do. I really barely use it. But it was like this QR code type thing that you could scan with your phone, and it would like it would take you to our Snapchat for the dining places. And like to get people to do it, I made it like mysterious. Like, I mean, obviously it was probably us because we put them into the table tents. I mean, I guess anybody could do that if they really wanted to. Like print off something and like insert it into the napkin holders or whatever, or the table tents, whatever. There's like both of those different sizes. And I like made it mysterious or whatever, and like I got like the QR code, and like that's all I printed on the paper. Like there was nothing else. There was nothing like, ooh, dining services, like check out our Snapchat. Like there's nothing like that on there. It was just like this QR code, and it might have had like a picture of the Snapchat ghost. I don't know. Or maybe it was just like yellow or something. I don't know. I can't remember. And like we got a lot of followers from doing that. And I was like, heck yeah. I don't know. That's just kind of like how I am. I'm just like, even in like this like digital age, I'm like still a print designer. I like, like physical like items and stuff, like physical art. I work as a graphic designer, but like my core interest is in like things that you can print. Like I work for a stationery company right now. And I mean, we have like digital designs, and then the customers like check out, and like I never really see what their pieces look like when they're printed. I just see them like digitally and stuff. But it's still my thing. It's still like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's something maybe to be said about like traditional like marketing. I feel like it's really hard to do like, it's really hard to do like online marketing, like making like some ad reel for people to like watch or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like not that kind of person. I don't really like making videos either, like reels and stuff, because they take like so much time. And then it's like, is anybody even gonna watch this? Because like, I don't know. I don't think I'm really in like Instagram's like favor, like or whatever. I don't know, like for the algorithm. So like if I spent like a bunch of time making a reel, it's probably not gonna show it to very many people. I don't know, but sometimes I wonder how well you can kind of like just sprinkle things around town or whatever and see like if people like find it and like, I don't know, check it out. I mean, I don't really have high hopes for that either, but it's definitely like what I lean towards when I try to do like my own kind of like marketing. This one time I don't know, like I wish I had I always wish that I could have like some kind of like yard sale kind of thing, you know? But I live in an apartment, so we don't do that. we don't do that. But I was just like thinking about that one day, and I was like, you know, nobody even knows like who even lives here. And so I don't know if I don't think this is like illegal. But I printed off like little kind of postcard sized whatever pieces of paper, and it had like a bunch of pictures of my art on it, and like whatever, like my business name and all those things. And I don't know like what it said. This was like a couple years ago, but I was like, did you know like an artist like lives in your building? Like, check out my work. And I actually got a sale from it. This girl was like, hey, like I live on like whatever, like the second floor at this apartment. Like, can I buy this thing from you? And so like went over there with the thing. She gave me some cash, and I was like, cool. Like, I think I would say I probably broke even maybe on possibly like printing off all of these like, not, I don't know, like pamphlet things. It's not really a pamphlet, but I think I probably broke even on it. But I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. I don't know. I think she still follows me maybe. She's just like some random girl. So like, I don't really know. I can't really remember, but yeah, I don't know. I'm always trying to like, I don't know. It's just my thing. I'm just not really, it's really ironic because I work as a graphic designer, but I'm very like not like that digital. Like I always prefer to have like physical sketchbooks. I will sketch digitally sometimes. Or like maybe keep notes digitally. But I think for the most part, like I like things that I can hold and like actually see, because anything that I keep like on my tablet or like notes in my phone, I just forget about it. And it just kind of, I mean, they don't disappear, but like they kind of like disappear from my mind. Like I stop thinking about them and I completely forget that they're even like in my phone or whatever. I'm just kind of, I don't know. That's just how I am. Maybe that's just like, I don't know. I feel like people are like that, but I do feel like a lot of people are not like that. I feel like a lot of people today are like, no, I need everything on my phone. I do wish there were better like apps and stuff. Like, what did I want the other day? Like, just like a good quality like notes app, but at the same time, I don't really want to pay for it. I don't know. you know, I would like it if it was like, oh, like, try this out, and then if you like it, you can pay for it. I kind of like that. But I don't really like it when you have to, like, pay for it up front, because I'm like, I don't know. Am I even going to use this? But I do have, like, a lot of, like, my sketches, a lot of my, like, notes, and, like, all of my ceramic notes that I take. Particularly, I will take notes on when I'm glazing. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's just weird. There's like the consistency of the glaze is super weird. So I'll like take note of that. Or sometimes, I don't know, it'll be like really watery, so then I'll be like, okay, normally you would do 3 coats, but I'm like, it seemed really watery, so I did 4 coats for this glaze, whatever. And I just feel like, I don't know, I guess it just works better for me. Anyway. And I don't know, I guess, like, speaking of marketing, I don't know, I'm kind of like, I've been running Etsy ads for like maybe a few weeks now or something. I haven't gotten any sales on them, but I don't know, I'm getting a lot of like views and clicks, and I'm just kind of like delving into checking out some videos about Etsy ads and like what you should expect and stuff. Like, what is a good budget? How long should you run something, or how long should you have certain listings up for, you know, for the ads? Should you have like everything up being what would you say, like like being advertised? I don't know, ever since I did the live stream, sometimes I'm just at loss for the right words. So I'm kind of checking that out. I've done Etsy ads before, and it's really simple to just get going, but I do kind of just want to get like some extra info about what is pretty typical and like what to look for. I think like budget is a big thing for me. Like how much should I, you know, be putting into the budget? Their minimum is $1 a day. And I'm like, I don't know. Is that fine? Is it too low? Like, where does that stand in terms of like what most people do or whatever? So I'm kind of like delving into some videos like that. Just like checking out whatever people have to say. I feel like probably if multiple like YouTubers are probably saying the same things, I don't know. I kind of want to assume that it's good advice. You always want to be skeptical with anybody on the internet or anybody in a book saying anything. Just because someone wrote a book doesn't mean they know everything. And I think there's like a certain level of like expertise that you assume when like the way that someone talks, like they sound confident in what they're saying. It doesn't always mean they actually know what they're saying. I just need to get that out there, because especially today with people watching videos on TikTok and stuff, there's a lot of bad info on TikTok. And just because like someone says they're a doctor, or they say that they are whatever and they know about this topic, it doesn't always mean what they're saying is like right or accurate. Anyway, you know, I'm coming into this with some skepticism. I'm just kind of like, you know, taking it in, assessing, making my own opinion. Be like, what do I think about what they're saying? What do, you know, like, maybe it's a good idea, but we'll see. You know, I don't want to be too, I know, especially YouTube, you know, you got to make it clickbaity so people actually watch your video and you get money for it, you know, and like, especially with like things that have to do with like selling things, especially like probably like Etsy. I'm just very like hesitant about some of this stuff because like you know, people are saying crazy stuff. They'll be like, oh, learn how I made like $1 billion selling stickers on Etsy. And I'm like, okay, calm down. We will see. Like, right? Like, hold up. This sounds a little too good to be true. You know, so anything that they're saying, I'm just kind of like skeptical. I watch this guy and he's like, I'm gonna set my Etsy ads to a budget of $500 a day. And I'm like, okay, where does this go? How does this go for you? What happens? And I'm just kind of like, you know, reviewing, not too crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be like jumping into Etsy ads with $500 in my budget a day, you know, not gonna jump on anything, but just, you know, like a healthy amount of like skepticism and stuff for like what people are saying. So I'm just kind of like checking out what's out there, what people are saying, if it seems like it makes sense, if it seems like maybe it's good advice. We'll see. I did learn something. I don't know if it's new or if I just never knew about it, because I really don't, I don't know. I've just like, I don't make many sales on Etsy, even though I have been on there for a long time. So I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if this is new, maybe it's old news, but if you have your ads on and people have been looking and clicking on your things, there's like under the picture of the item, it says like view details, something like that. And you can click into that one item and kind of like see like, oh, like when have people, you know, what day have people been clicking on this, whatever. But at the bottom, it tells you like the keywords that these people searched, and that's how they got to your item. Which, this is very important. This is very important. I never knew this. You can turn those different keywords on or off. So if it's a really bad match for your item, you can make sure that when it's being advertised and the system is looking at your tags, that it doesn't use that specific combination to show people. So for example, right now I have things very similar to this in the shop. So like the bunny trinket dishes, the tags that I use for those are going to be like ring dish, jewelry dish, For the bunnies, it's gonna say like bunny, animal, and like, so those are like in the tags. And then no matter what combination that you input your tags in, it's going to like take those individual words and it's going to create sort of like its own tags that are available for people to search, if that makes sense. So I saw one of my trinket dishes, say the bunny one. Like someone put in like bunny ring and found my piece. And I'm like, no, please stop. Like, don't advertise it under bunny ring. That, like, yes, those were the tags on this item, but it's not that, you know, it's the wrong kind of like descriptors coming together. So in that case, I want to turn it off on that tag. So it's just like they're just random depending on what someone actually put into the search and how they got to your item. You would have to, like, if you just now turned on your ads, you're not going to be able to do this kind of editing to them. You have to wait until people are finding your items, and then you can go in and turn those certain like those specific like combinations. You can turn them on or off if you want. I hope that makes sense. But I had no idea that you could do that. And I learned that in like, because this guy that was like, I'm gonna put my Etsy ads on $500 a day. I'm kind of like interested. I'm interested in what he has to say. He sounds very confident. He sounds like he has had like online stores for a while, and it sounds like he knows this kind of thing. He mentioned like he had like an Amazon store, and I don't know what he sells on Etsy, but he just sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Where like, I don't know, there are a lot of people that make like YouTube videos and like they're not helpful whatsoever. It's just like bare bones basic, and you're like, yeah, I already knew that. You know. So I'm kind of interested in what this guy has to say. And once I kind of like assess some of his videos, I might add it to my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube, calieandco, at the very bottom, I have like all of these other YouTubers that I would recommend to like other artists. They're particularly artists. So like, they're not always like people that do ceramics. Some of them have just very good advice for just anyone. Or just, I don't know, different art things that I think like maybe like everybody should like check this out. And then I have more specific ones as you kind of like go down the line. But yeah, I'm gonna check out what he has to say, and then see if that is like maybe like a helpful channel. Always be skeptical about random people you don't actually know and the things that they're telling you. But yeah, I'm very interested. I don't even know off the top of my head what his name is. If you really, really, really want to check it out, right now, just look up spend $500 in Etsy ads or whatever. He's gonna come up. He's like bald or something with glasses. I'm sorry, that sounds mean, but I'm pretty sure that's what he looks like. And his face is like in the thumbnail. If I told you there's a bag of money or something in the thumbnail, that's not gonna help you. Anyway, I try like, I want my YouTube to have like, you know, primarily, ceramic content, but I also want it to kind of like include, other helpful things for you guys too. If you haven't seen my YouTube yet, there's nothing new. There's nothing new there. The live streams are the newest things. But back in the day when I started my YouTube, I made some videos, for just like maybe small handmade business, topics. I have like a video on like all about, you know, packaging your artwork, whether it's 3D or 2D, whatever, fits in an envelope, like a regular, like, what would you call that? Flat letter envelope. I don't know. The regular one. And I have a book tour. I have like a video, like separate videos of like all the different art books that I have. If you want to check that out. I feel like it's kind of boring, but I feel like if there's like a YouTuber that I really admire, I would be very interested to know like what books they have and like what they would recommend. A lot of the books that I haven't read, but the video kind of like includes a little flip through about like what's in it. If I read it, like what I think about it, if it's, you know, whatever, all kinds of topics there. What else? I also have like some other just like, some are just random videos. Like I use Adobe Rush to edit my YouTube videos. So like I have a very, very basic tutorial on how to use Adobe Rush. Other things that might be like specific or just for any kind of artist. Like how to like make mock-ups, particularly for painters, but a ceramic person could do mock-ups. I've talked about this in an earlier video not that long ago, but mock-ups are like, so especially today, if you have, well, I would use Photoshop. I don't think Adobe Firefly, I'm not sure if that is free to use or if you need a subscription to Adobe to use it. But like I'm planning on testing this out. So I'm going to take a picture of like my vase or whatever. And then you can do like select subject and then delete the background. And then you can do like, you can use Adobe's generative AI. It has its own standalone website. It's just called like something about like Firefly. But it's also integrated into their apps, including like Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign. It's in all of their apps too. So I would like delete the background and then I would see like what it can do as far as generating a background for me for like that vase or, you know, just like product photos. Just like generating backgrounds. So you can tell it, you put in a prompt to tell it like what to make, and then it gives you a few options to look at, and then you can like assess, you know, like, oh, I didn't mean for you to do that. Like, and then you can like rewrite the prompt, give it some more details or whatever. And I'm really interested to see how well that would go. It is still in beta, so that means it's not like fully, like it's not done yet. Like they're still kind of working on it. And like getting any kinks out or whatever. So it's still in beta, not fully released. But it is something to kind of check out and play with. And I'm really curious, like, how well that would go. I was trying to, like, mock up, like, what my, like, vendor booth could look like. And I was like, I don't, like, right now my tablecloth is, like, cream. And I was like, what if I had a pink one? Like, what would... like, how would that look with my pieces? And, like, I just got very sidetracked, and I was like, I don't think this is quite gonna work. I don't know yet. But it's, like, it's not super realistic. Like, I had this, like, I had, like, a picture of a table with the pink tablecloth. I cut out the background, and then I said, like, you know, make this like an outdoor market. And like it had the like you know, like when you're at like a farmer's market or something, they always have like these tents or like kind of like awnings or whatever, and they were very wonky. Like sometimes it had like the awning legs in there, but it really wasn't sure like what that was, like what it was for. And like they're just kind of going all over the place. And yeah, what else was it doing? Like it put in like kind of like outdoor tile on the ground, but the tile was not, it didn't look right. It did not look right. It was very wonky. It was trying to, you know, be photorealistic because I put a photo in there, but it was just not quite right. I think a lot of people have seen like AI hands. Like the AI is having trouble like replicating like people's hands, and like they're very weird, and they don't make sense. It doesn't know what fingers are. It doesn't know how many fingers you're supposed to have. It's really funny. I think one of my favorites, I don't know what made it. Oh, hi. Hello. Mushroom Kippy. Are you new here? I don't think I've seen your profile. Anyway, I'm just kind of talking about like really just like generative AI. I was kind of mentioning how even people that do ceramics would possibly get a use out of it, but it's still very funky. Oh yeah, welcome to the stream. I just kind of like chat here about something while, I don't know, people chill. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, oh gosh, yeah, the AI teeth, the the teeth, it's so confused. It doesn't know what is going on. So yeah, it's definitely very funky for a lot of the programs. It's not just like one in particular that doesn't know how to do like teeth or hands. It's kind of just all of them, I think. But it's really like they're advancing so fast. Like I don't know, like maybe today if you checked it out, they would be a lot better than last year's or something. But yeah, I think it's like, even people that do ceramics, I feel like it can be beneficial to like know what the possibilities are that are out there in terms of like digital, just digital things. I know I talk about Adobe a lot, not sponsored or anything. I just use like their programs a lot. Like my company pays for it. So I have like access to these things. I know not everybody would like just have access to use them. But I do think it's good to like know what's out there, the capabilities that might even help you, and improve like your workflow, in certain terms. Like, I think like if you're kind of like a beginner business owner, maybe it wouldn't make sense to pay for like Photoshop or Lightroom to edit your photos, but maybe later on, if you're like, you know, much more successful, you could do that. Or, I mean, possibly even just hire a photographer to do it for you. But those are just, you know, it's good to know what your options are. And I know a lot of people like are either like, you know, in the digital realm, or people are just like on the other side and they're just like in the like, I don't use computers, I do things by hand thing, you know. I kind of have a foot in like both sides, so that's kind of like where I am. Oh, you use like AI to generate promotional stuff for your real estate. Just kind of like type text things. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I think it's just like good to like be aware of like new technologies and things that are happening. Because it could help you out with like work and getting things done faster or whatever, if you can just have the computer do it. Oh yeah. So you had like it like made a commercial for the Powerpuff Girls in live action. Oh, that sounds very interesting. I love Powerpuff Girls. When I was a kid, that was just like, it was so good. I'm not completely a live action person, but I still feel like it sounds cool. Like it always gets me excited, but then when I always watch live action, I'm like, I don't really like live action though. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like Avatar, The Last Airbender. Like I loved the that show, and even though I don't like live action, I'm still gonna go watch it at some point. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. I've heard about like some places doing like pottery workshops, kind of like in mental health spaces and stuff. That's really cool. And you're starting a school program, that won't allow you to continue at this time. Oh, so you're sad about it. Oh, yeah. If you're like really into it, like it's not all that bad to set up your own like workspace. Obviously you need a way to fire your work, which depending on like where you live, that could be an issue. I live in a pretty big city here, so there are multiple studios that allow for, it's called like outside firing. So I don't need to have a membership to the studio. I don't need to take any classes. They just charge me based off of like the amount that I bring. But yeah, I have like a whole video on my YouTube that has like, it has like, well, I'm basically, my like studio is like in the kitchen portion of my apartment. And it has kind of like a whole like studio tour kind of thing where it shows like my workspace, what I have to work with. And then like I show kind of like the tools that I use for anyone that's, you know, even more of a beginner. And because I think like I was very unsure going from working in like our college studio, which has like giant reclaim buckets and like giant buckets of glaze and like all of these things. Like like what should you do to like scale down and like make that manageable? And you can also check out Pottery to the People. Her YouTube channel has all of those details on like how to do your water system, what to do with your glaze, like your glaze that should be like disposed of and all of that. So it's very expensive where you are and you haven't done outside firings. You don't know if that was an option, but also I live in a smaller city where ceramics isn't really a big thing. But you need to find something. Yeah, I think the firing part that's like the biggest hurdle that you would need to like figure out. It's possible. It's possible that there could be a potter that's local to you. I've heard people say that, you know, they might just like try to like find someone local to them and ask if they would be willing to like fire their work, you know, at a certain price. I've never done that. I'm like way too introverted. That's something I've heard of people doing. What else? I mean, if you're like, it's a little bit off the main road, but some people will just like fire their pottery, like do like pit firing. That's a little bit like a little out there for me. And it would be very intimidating, but it's a possibility that you could consider. You know, it's just kind of like the thing that like people did like back in the day. It's just like have like a like a hole dug in the ground and you have like a fire in there or something. I don't know. But I know. It's like, it's out there. It's pretty out there. Let me think. I'm trying to think of like, there is a YouTuber that does that too. He gets a lot of questions, because it's like, I think it's like Andrew Ward's Ancient Pottery. I think that's his YouTube. And a lot of people asked him, can you fire pottery in a grill? like a charcoal grill. And I think he did do that. I can't really remember like what the results were. Yeah, it's really, I don't think I really have any other ideas though. But yeah, I know it's super intimidating. There are definitely, like, I think I would check out like the ceramic subreddit. You can either do r/ceramics or r/pottery, and they can help you out with any like tips and maybe even more ideas of what you could do. I know people on Reddit can be really mean, but the ones that are specifically on the pottery and ceramics channels are very nice and they're very helpful. And maybe they could give you some more ideas to consider. Those are really like the main things that I would think about if I like didn't have a local studio that I could go to. I know I'm cutting it short, but I actually have to go. I do a stream on my lunch break and I have a meeting at like right now. But thank you so much for joining. I hope that helps. And there are also Facebook pages that you can like join to for help. from people. You can ask them things. There are all kinds of like pottery Facebook groups, even ones specific to glazes that are really great. But that's what I would do. Maybe see if there's any other ideas that people have. I mean, kilns are kind of expensive, but there are very small ones that you could buy if you really wanted to. I do think firing is like a little bit intimidating, but you know, if you are really into it and into that idea, maybe that's something you could do. Even like lots of people have like kilns on like Craigslist or Facebook or whatever that they're selling used too, so you could even get like a bigger one. I don't know a ton about like firing or how to see like if it's like a good kiln and like does it work if it's like used. I don't know much about that, but I hope that helps you. And thank you so much for everybody watching. All the videos are uploaded to YouTube at calieandco. Be sure to follow along and subscribe and all of that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.